anybody with criminal histories that there is broadband support. And in addition to the members of the board who helped to architect this ordinance many a moon ago, we have so many members of the board that are continuing to move the spirit and the substance of this forward. And one of them is somebody who is extremely important to us. She also sits on our Reentry Council as the board member. I'd like to welcome Supervisor Sandra Fewer to the podium.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. And I do wish that I was serving on the board in 2014 so I could join Jane Kim and also Supervisor Yee in voting for this very common sense legislation. I want to say how important it is that we continue its legacy, but also I want to also say that time and time again, I meet individuals who have been formerly incarcerated, who have rebuilt their lives because they were offered a job. And this is what we should be doing to rebuild our society, and also giving them an opportunity to actually reduce some of the harm and contribute back to our community, and in the process, healing themselves. I think that many people, myself included, sometimes we need not only a second chance, but we need a third and fourth chance. But the idea that we would throw people away and say they are not worth these extra chances, I think, is to say that we are throwing away our society in general. So I just want to commend everyone today for keeping the legacy alive, making it real. And I want to say that the Reentry Council is the most enjoyable. It's my favorite, actually, committee that I serve on as a supervisor on the City and County of San Francisco Board of Supervisors. Congratulations, everyone.
So there's nothing more amazing in life than when somebody from the community uses their voice for advocacy in the community, and when that person is able to elevate to upper echelons of city government to continue to move forward the voice of community, but to also elevate it through city government. So we are really appreciative that the next speaker is going to be with us today, Supervisor Shaman Walton, to talk a little bit more about the ordinance.
Good morning. I just want to say how exciting it is to be in a city that understands how important it is to make sure that people have opportunities. And I wish I was fortunate enough to be on the Board of Supervisors at the time when the Fair Chance Ordinance first came into play. But I was fortunate enough to work for a workforce development organization at the time that works with a lot of individuals who are formerly incarcerated. And if any of you have had a chance to sit down with someone who's come home, paid their debt to society, they're doing everything they're supposed to do. They're participating in the right programs. They're spending time giving back to community and talking to young people so they don't go out and make the same mistakes. And then the one thing that they cannot do is find a job because of something that they had done years ago in a lot of cases. The ability to have a job should be on your ability and skill set to do the job that you apply for. Period. And when you pay your debt to society, like President Yee said, you should not, again, have to suffer from double jeopardy. And that's why we have double jeopardy laws in place. So this common sense ordinance gives people who have paid a debt to society an opportunity to come home, look for a job that they have the skill set for. And by the way, some of these folks have better skills than a lot of us up here because they've received training and they've done things to overcome obstacles and learn how to do a job so that they can be focused when they come home. So I'm excited to be here to support a year later the ordinance that we were able to pass here in the city, but also to talk about some of the things that we're doing to make sure that we go beyond the Fair Chance Ordinance, because this is just a start, this is just the beginning to make sure that people have an opportunity to come home, give back to their communities, and be able to raise families. It's hard enough to find a job when you have education. It's hard enough to find a job when you are on the job market in general. So we need to make sure that the playing field is equal for everyone. It should be about the skills, and it should not be about the fact that you have paid your debt to society, and now we're going to double up and put another barrier in front of you. So thank you all for supporting the ordinance. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for continuing to look out for community.
So in the spirit of continuing support from members of our Board of Supervisors, other people have come out to be here today with everybody and to demonstrate their show of support for this ordinance. I'd like to welcome up Supervisor Safai.
Thank you. Well, a lot of wonderful things have been said, and I just want to say a few things to add on. I want to first recognize the hard work that both Supervisor Jane Kim and Malia did to really move this forward. And we're joined by Jane Kim here today, former supervisor. Really, really important work. For me, for our community, and for the people that we're talking about giving a second chance, it's really about opportunity. It's really about not being knocked out of those opportunities before you get out of the gate. And so when we ban the box, when we think about giving people a second chance, when we think about giving people an opportunity to have a job is so much of what really moves us forward and elevates our confidence, elevates our family, and provides us resources and opportunities. So I just wanted to come out today to show my support, to say that we're going to continue to fight to give people second chances and opportunities, expand their livelihood chances, and ensure that we're fighting for them every single day. Thank you, everyone.
I just want to echo the word that Supervisor Safai just said, fighters. We have so many fighters that are from San Francisco that are continuing to move up in state and even federal government to continue this movement of fair chance. So it's my really proud pleasure to welcome to the stage Assemblymember David Chu.
Good morning, San Francisco. Who believes in a fair chance? Who believes in banning that box? Thank you so much for being part of the fight for justice. I can't believe it has been 5 years. I was honored 5 years ago when I was president of the Board of Supervisors to be one of the co-authors to this bill. I want to salute Jane Kim and Malia Cohen and all of you who have been part of this struggle. I was asked to say a few words about the impact of this movement in the state of California. There's a saying in politics, as goes San Francisco, so goes California. And you impacted California in a significant way. This ordinance passed in 2014. Let me tell you what happened in 2017. My great colleague Kevin McCarty introduced a bill called the California Fair Chance Act to ban the box in the state of California. And guess what happened in 2017? We banned the box. And that was because of you. But more importantly, that work continued. In 2018, I was asked by a coalition led by many of the same folks that are here today, the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights, Alliance for Boys and Men of Color, the Anti-Recidivism Coalition, the East Bay Community Law Center, Legal Services for Prisoners with Children, Root and Rebound, to address the following. As a society, we tell folks who are justice involved, when you pay your debt, you need to get a job. But we often make it impossible to get a job, and not just because we have been creating these little boxes. Our state has had one of the highest recidivism rates in the country because we make it so difficult to get a job. Literally millions of Californians who've been preventing from working in fields that require a state license. So I discovered in 2018, this is 4 years after this bill, I was given a report by some of the folks who are here. And by the way, I want to also give a shout out to all of us or none. Thank you guys for your work. I was given a report that showed that there were literally 8 million Californians who couldn't apply to work for a job that required a state license. So there are 1,700 different occupations that require some sort of license or certificate by some sort of state board or agency to do things like run a nail salon or run an auto body shop, literally 30% of all jobs. And I was asked to carry Bill AB 2138 that prohibits those state boards from denying a license simply because you may have been arrested, or simply because you may have had a conviction at some time in your past. Because of you, 8 million Californians can now apply for thousands of jobs. It was a very difficult bill to move forward, but because of this coalition, because of amazing organizations, because of amazing public servants who are here. I know LLSE and Reentry Council, Probation, HSA, the Human Rights Coalition is here. Because of our friends, our brothers and sisters in labor, and people who came up and told your stories, we got it done. We got it done. And let me just close by saying, we know, folks, we got more work to do. We have to end the cycle of incarceration in the state of California. We need to ensure that when you're a returning resident, you have the help that you deserve to make sure you're never caught up in that cycle again. You've got the housing, the health care, more importantly, most importantly, you've got the job support that you need. If we are truly committed to rehabilitation as a state, we have to continue to push for the progressive reforms that we need. We've got to reduce those barriers to reentry. We need to make sure that reentry is not just another sentence. And I want to tell you, I look forward to continuing this fight. This is a beautiful crowd. We are white and black. We are Asian and Latino. We are gay and straight. We are old and young. And we're going to make sure that as goes San Francisco, so goes California. And as goes California, so goes the rest of the country. Thank you so much for being here.
Okay, everyone has been amazing. We are going to close out. I do want to just have one reflection that this development of everybody coming out this morning is such a metaphor for coalition building. When we first started, there was 2 people here, then there was 5 people, and then 10 people, and we have this incredibly beautiful crowd here right now, all committed to helping people with conviction histories get the next step up in life, and not, as Dorsey Nunn said, just get a job, but to elevate to that next career level. And it is a beautiful thing. So I hope today is just an anchor for continuing coalition building. I do want to also just call out some amazing folks that are here from the District Attorney's Office, from DPH, from OCOF, the Mayor's Office of Public Safety, Brothers for Change, Recovery Survival Network, UCSF Citywide, and so many other people. We all work together to make things happen, and I just appreciate everybody being here. And I know I speak for my colleague, Jeffria Morris, who put her heart and soul into this event, that we appreciate everybody so very much. I do, before we leave, again with the assistance of Director Davis, to continue this momentum, one of the next steps that we have is that we created a landing page that will be developed of a website that is going to be a Fair Chance website for both job seekers and employers, so that job seekers can see all of the opportunities that San Francisco and beyond can offer, and so that employers can really understand that it's important to be part of this amazing movement. So the website is fairchancesf.org. If you go there right now, it is a placeholder page, and we're going to keep working on that, and then we'll be sending it out to everybody so we can really build it up. So once again, and is it over there? And the phone board over there with the website, there's the landing page right there. And thank you again to Director Davis and her team for making that happen. So we're going to close out. As everybody knows, we have a job fair, Fair Chance Job Fair, that is happening right now.